Jessica Hernandez, and this is my culture artifact speech. So, La Virgen de Guadalupe, the Virgin de Guadalupe, and the Virgin Mary are all names that belong to one religious figure that is admired worldwide by the Catholic culture. So, this is a little statue of her. The Virgin Mary represents many things in the Catholic culture, like faith and hope. I think it's important people know the origins of the Virgin Mary and how she became a big part of the Catholic culture. First, I'm going to talk about how it represents the Catholic culture and then how I identify with it. So the Virgin Mary, or the Virgen de Guadalupe, she's a national symbol to the Catholic culture because after the story I'm going to tell you, it demonstrates how the Catholic gained faith and importance. So it's stated that on December 9th, 1531, a Native American peasant by the name of Juan Diego saw a vision of a maiden at a place called the Hill of Tepeyac, which is now the home to the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is her. She told him that a church should be built at that site in her honor. He recognized the voice of the woman as the Virgin Mary, so he went out to look for someone to build the church. So he left to find the archbishop and told him what he had seen, but they didn't believe him, and he asked him to go back to retrieve a sign or something to prove to them that she was actually there. The Virgin Mary told him, he went back and he found her again, and she told him to gather flowers from the top of the hill, and she arranged them in his cloak, and then he went back to the archbishop. When he returned, which was on December 12th, the flowers fell to the floor, and on his cloak was the picture of the Virgin Mary. This demonstrates how the Catholic Church gained the importance in their heart for the Mexican people, and this changed the history of Mexico with faith and works of miracles. So the she has parts to her that someone might not know, or I didn't know until I researched it, what they meant. For instance, why she stands on the crescent moon and why is there an angel on the bottom of her. The crescent moon shows that she's greater than the Aztec gods, and then the angel that is below Our Lady signifies that she is above the angels, being the mother of our God. The clouds, if you ever see a picture of her, there's clouds around her, and there's some down here. The clouds around the image meant something divine or the elevation of the spirit. Clouds also mark the beginning of a new era. She is someone that after being revealed by Juan Diego became a huge image to the culture and someone they look up to. This image was easily understood by the natives that a huge number of people were baptized into the Catholic faith. So I just talked about the Virgin Mary and how she represents the Catholic culture and parts of her. And now I'm going to talk about how I identify with the culture. I'm Catholic and also Mexican, and most of us, not all of us, are Catholic and believe in her. So I have always identified with the culture since I could remember. My family's Catholic. So I'm really fond of her. We have statues and pictures of her all over our house. I carry a pennant of her around my neck every day. She identifies with who I am because it's like you have someone protecting you all the time, in a way. So after many years of believing in La Virgen de Guadalupe, today I'm proud to say that I'm one of those Catholic Mexican people that believe in her. I'm also one of the many that has been baptized, because that's how it started. People were getting baptized into the culture. So that's how the baptism kind of started. So I've been one of the many, and I know probably some of you guys have been too. So it cleans us from our sins as kids, and like my mother likes to say, she says it gets rid of the devil horns that we're born with as kids. So we also devote one whole day to her, which is December 12th. There's many celebrations and gatherings to celebrate her in the culture. So hopefully now you understand how the Virgin Mary represents this culture. My first point was describing her and how it represents the Catholic culture, and then I talked about how I identified with her. So this culture is rich with many more things to learn about La Virgen de Guadalupe, and she is someone that not everyone believes to be true, but all you need is a bit of hope and faith for her to come alive.